Okay, game day. So we are just starting out this Legacy challenge, showcase challenge, and yeah, I could actually close some extra things here and there, and also to improve the performance. So we don't need the Steam or other gaming things. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we are ready to start the 20 seconds in, and soon we will start the Legacy Showcase Challenge. And the deck list on the left hand side, and here is also the side. So we actually went with the Carpet the Flowers for today's challenge, and tough battle between the Cosilex Return and the Carpet, but this time the Carpet won. So hopefully that will be good in the end. So let's see how it goes. So let's go for game one. Let's see who we are up against. Punishing Water Wars. I don't at least recall playing against that one, but that's okay. Starting hand, not so good. I really need the color mana here, so we will mulligan this one. Doesn't bring any upside to taking that one. This one is much better. I do like the fact that we can go Coudpost into Glimmer Post into Expedition map, or yeah, we will take this, put down one Ancient Stirrings, play Coudpost on the play, then hope that they don't have turn one Wasteland, and then we play Glimmer Post and go from there. So we can drop down these artifacts if needed, or depending on what they're playing at, we might want to just play one Expedition map and then save mana to crack it then. So that might be also the play here. I think he's checking my deck online as he's taking somewhat his time, and I totally understand that. I sometimes do it, especially on the longer routes when we start to get more more into higher level in the tournament. So after a few victories, I start to do that also. And especially if going to top 8, I will check what the enemy is playing. But in the first rounds, I tend to trust my guts on keeps as the enemy can play whatever they want. So they might have 5-0 something, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. Let's say that they have played Reanimator 5-0 last time. That doesn't mean that they're playing that this time also. So I have done that mistake that I have overcommitted on that read or tell, like, okay, they are gonna play Reanimator again, and I will move to 5-4 to find some good hand against that, and then it's Delver. Then it's just like really bad for me. So I tend to, at least the first rounds, I try not to look at the opponent's list. Of course, if I remember the opponent that I played against him or her yesterday, and I remember that there are a few names that I saw in the list that I think might be playing the same things that they usually do. So there are some players who always play the same stuff, but anyway, so long story short, I try to keep it as a low information in the early rounds, and then once the stakes get higher, then I try to check them and get some information based on that. But definitely not in the early rounds, as the opponent can be anything, and the first game can be against anyone. But yeah, they sure are taking their time, and of course might be that it's my internet also, but I think that should be okay. So I'm using the cable connection, so should be no issue there, hopefully. But yeah, this is missing green source, so what I'm thinking here is that if we can untap turn 2 with the Coudpost and we play Glimmer Post, we have 3 mana, so might be that we go for Expedition Map from the Glimmer Post and we keep up 2 mana to crack at their end step. So on turn 3 we have possibly Yavimaya, so we could then go for green mana, but also might be that we just take one more Coudpost from there, because then the Coudpost will give 4 mana in total with Glimmer and Cloud, so then we get 4 mana, and we might even draw for Wandering or Karn, 4 mana Karn in that situation in few coming turns. So that's also a possibility. And one upside to going Coudpost and next turn Glimmer Post, which is of course risky if they have Wasteland, but as we are on the play, it's not so big risk, I think, because the enemy needs to also what they need is to they need to go turn 1 Wasteland, so they're at 0 mana. Of course, this takes us back, but if that happens in that scenario, I would be still okay, not like totally dead. So what I would do, I would we keep this one and play the Cloud and say go. So we would be still able to play Expedition Map and draw the next land from the buffer deck. That's how I would go about it. Of course, might then drop the Beating Nil if they Wasteland on the first, but let's see what they go. So Windswept Heath, go to Forest and crop rotation. Okay, in the Wasteland. Understandable. So I think here, yeah. Not so good, but okay, they know what is name of the game, so we will go Wasteland, naming Wasteland here actually. So some kind of depths, maybe lands, Punishing Waterfalls. Could it be that it's a lands deck? Has to be one of those, but they sure know what is name of the game as they go. Okay, it's a lands deck, and they really know what to do when they went for that play there, and really happy that we played that naming the Wasteland there. That was really huge on that one. Okay, I think few options. We could go here for Colossus, but we do need the mana also. So next turn, what we will do, we will play down Expedition Map, and then we crack it, and then we get Coudpost from there and play it. Then so we tap, so not Expedition Map, then crack next turn, play that land. Turn after that, we play Expedition Map, crack it, put it down. So that time we already need the payoff. So if nothing happens here to this board, I think we will go Colossus here, and we hope that we will get double Coudpost from these lands. So we can play before the Ulamog, we can play down something. That's of course also good, but I think we of course we need the land drop, so that reason we go Coudpost past the turn. And of course there is possibility that we will get, or actually, okay, they go for depths here, so that is one more turn left for us. They don't get to make the they don't have the lethal yet, but they are so close that we are in bad situation here. Let's see what they go for Mox Diamond. The fact that they can replay the Ursa Saga, that's pretty big. So here here we can, so they put everything on the table for this one. Okay. Um, so yeah, few options. We can this makes 3, but this could make 3, 4, 5. We could play Colos, then we would get we would lose a land, but then we would get. I'm thinking here that we cannot play Colos, go for Coudpost and Colos, because if we do, then what happens next turn? So we sack the forest, then we have 7 mana. We use 3 to sack this, then we have 1 more, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we cannot play Colos and Ulamog following turn. So if we play Expedition Map, bounce this from the, then play the Elvish, that could block. Is there anything that is gonna kill it? No, I don't think so. Can they make another depths? Maybe they can. So we will do that. So we play the expedition map, take Karagas from that one, play that for the turn land. Go for this one here. Return this to hand, and then we play the blocker. Because I'm thinking that if we play Colos and to survive, we need to get down the what is it? Poseidon is bad. Poseidon is really bad with the destroying the beating Neil. Okay, that's really bad. That's sauce. So what they can do now, they take down that, and then they can start hammering down the Coudposts with the wastelands. So they are locking us out of the game, and especially with the now if only we would have crop rotation, we could save Coudpost here, but we cannot double save, so that's pretty bad. Yeah, I think that's a game 1 right there. Triple wasteland. But hey, so on the beginning, yeah, if I would have checked out the opponent, I would have gotten the information maybe that enemy is playing lands. Then with that information, I could have chosen the first go for Pitting Needle just for the sake of that wasteland, because the opponent knew what he was doing when he took out the Coudpost in first turn. So that's really good thing for him to do. So that's good on his side. Removing those Coudpost is the thing that wins this game. So we do have 5 forest, which is good in this matchup, so we can try to get out of the wasteland lock. We don't have Titan, but we have Colos on turn 5, so it's not as strong as the Titan in this situation, as the resolving the Titan usually starts winning this matchup, but we have Karn, so that's something. So I think we will run it back. Maybe I would say there is on the play we can take Haywire Might and take maybe something out. But what would that be? Is it maybe one Colos, or because we can get that back? Maybe one needle. Maybe one needle is the what we go down, or map maybe a map. So we need to use mana for that. Let's take one Pitting Needle, go from there. No, I need to keep the needles in, I think. So let's take an expedition map. It's doing similar that we need to use the mana. I think this is good as getting the 2 life can be. Actually, whoa. What we will definitely do here, it's against lands, so we will take our own dark depths away. So we can take then this one instead. So what having the dark depths against enemy Thespian stage means that they can use 2 mana to make the Maridlage. So that's something that we really need to be careful of. So that's how we will go about it. So we will take the Giganta into hand, and then 1 land is not good, of course. Having that Pitting Needle on turn 1, so we can basically search Ancient Stirrings with this Poseidon, find the second land, play the Pitting Needle. So for first 2 turns we have something to do, and then from there we can go for map. Actually, yeah, we definitely, that's a certainty that we need to name Wasteland, because they will start ramming with the Wastelands at some point, but they can go also for fast hands like little bit risky here to keep this, but I will. Maybe I shouldn't, but I will keep this. We will name the Wasteland first. I'm just worried that if they have, for example, what could they have? Quick Ursa Saga hand, so that can really turn the tables there. But let's hope that they don't have that. So they might be keeping up crop rotation there, and let's now hope that we find something good. That is good. Just thinking here, do we go for Coudpost or Forest? But I think we will go for the Coudpost, just for the reason that these are the ones that we are looking for. So doesn't matter that we can get to play the expedition map down. We need this Coudpost way or another, especially with this kind of hand. If we find Glimmerpost next, we can drop down One Ring or Khan there. So we will play the expedition map here and then pass the turn. So the enemy is not doing anything devastating yet, but they might be okay. That's fine. We will go for Coudpost then. Them taking down the Pitting Needle means that they might start slamming Wastelands now. So hopefully they are not going for the Loam, Wasteland and Loam, because that will get really nasty really quickly. Okay, so they did. The fact that they get Elvis Reclaimer means that they can start doing the Wastelands even more, so they can find Wastelands from their deck. So that's pretty bad. So maybe in this kind of situation we would have to be going for the Wastelands immediately when we see that they are taking down the Pitting Needle. I think in that situation we would need to use that information to pick up a Forest instead of Coudpost, because now this Coudpost is just plain dead. So it's just gonna be Wastelanded here. So they take down the Blast Zone. That makes kind of sense, I think. So they might be going for Wasteland here or Maridlage. Wasteland is okay. They can take down the Coudpost. So we are really dependent on top decks now. So we need to find that one more land. From that we can play, for example, Karn. We can play One Ring. Maybe One Ring here to get the value out of that. So let's hope we find something. That's not what we are looking for, but yeah. So here few options. We could play this Vesuva as a forest, then we have guaranteed 3 forest. We can play this as Pojukabok to take down 2 of their wastelands. I really like that play in a sense that if they have exploration, if they find a way to, because they do have those ways. So if they find a way to, remove get back from the graveyard those lands, then we are screwed. So that's one thing. But of course, they will have still two more left. So hopefully we can clear out from here and get that fourth land. So now we really need another land. Nice. That's really good. Really happy for that one. I don't think it doesn't matter what we name here. We got enough mana anyway to do the things that we want. So I think here we go for one ring, start drawing cards, get that value. So let's see what they go for. Okay, Saga, good. Like not good, but let's say that something we can maybe deal with. So if we next turn make us the one ring. No, we cannot make it a creature. If we make this as a creature, then the opponent will be able to bounce it with Karaga. So that's not something we want to do. But we do want to draw two here to get more value, get more information. I'm thinking of here of playing expedition map, cracking it, get down. So the next turn enemy is getting, what do we have in the side? So we could play down Karn, we could get ensnaring breach, we could, but that doesn't save us yet. And I don't think we are dying yet, so that way we should be okay. Can we start building the board? If we can get down from expedition map, if we can get down Coudpost, get another one at the end step, then we would be in good mana to start resolving bigger things. Then if we can't, then we will play one ring, and maybe that would be the way to go about it. We could of course play down the Karn, get one more ring, but I guess we do have already that, so maybe just expedition map, crack, get Coudpost, go from there. So now we will end up with one extra card in the hand, but I'm thinking that we will discard. Do we discard this one, or we will put down Emrakul because Emrakul will go back, so we are not basically losing anything. If we get to the situation where we can start slamming things, then we will get it with Eye of Ugin. That's my plan here. Pitting Needle, probably naming one ring here, and it is okay. That's fine. And we do have that. So they tapped out. So now taking risk here as they might have answer to this one. Okay, they didn't, which is really good. So we go for Coudpost here. Why did it have so few Coudpost? Okay, I have two. I don't have so many in the deck left anymore. Okay, that's really good to know here. So 4, 7 mana here. We could do. So we could do here Karn. From Karn, we could go for Mycosynth Lattice. No, not Mycosynth Lattice. Actually, we could go for Crucible of Worlds. So enemy has put everything basically on the board to kill us. We could also play new ring. Put down Eye of Ugin. Not we are one short from doing something bigger, which is pretty bad. So I guess we will, what we will do is we will put up Karn. So we are actually, I really want to play the new ring so that we stop taking damage here, but we need to make more things on the board. So let's play out this ring, play out the new ring, get that protection. We can play Eye of Ugin instead, so we don't need to play Chasm here as we get that one more turn of protection. Then next turn 4, 7, one more mana, then we can cast Ulamog, double these guys. If enemy doesn't have anything more pressure on the board. Actually, Levy's Wasteland are still active, so that's something I didn't take into consideration here, that if they go for crop rotation and then Wasteland, yeah, that's the way. They can take out the Coudpost, so that's pretty bad for us, in a sense that we are then in a bad situation as we are running out of those lands here. So now definitely need to go for Karn, need to get down as soon as possible so should take down here the Crucible of Worlds. Then let's go to combat so the enemy has to waste their mana. Actually, I should have made them waste the mana before I choose Crucible, because now they might sack the Karagas to get. Okay, yeah. Don't even have to sack anything. They might Pojuka block us. Okay. Ghost Quarter, really bad for us. When I say really bad, I mean really bad for us. Oh boy, is that a game? Let's think here. So they do have lethal on board. We have used everything. Damn, I should definitely have thought this through by passing the turn. Passing the turn, we would have been able to plus, for example, this one to reduce the attack. Yeah, I guess that's a game there. They can use this search for life report basic land, but the basic land doesn't save us. Cannot play down anything. We cannot even use the one ring, which is bad. So I guess that's good game, opponent. Unless they miss something, but yeah, that's definitely a definitely easy line for them to take. From the using crop rotation, we could do something here, but yeah. Actually pretty many mistakes here now that I think about it, especially that last one. Should definitely have passed the turn, see what they get. Once they take that Ghost Quarter, then from that information take into consideration that if we play the chasm, we will die. So we could have done few things. We could have taken Tormund script, play that, sack it, destroy their board. We could have played Blast, the Mox Diamond, of course doesn't matter their land wise, but they would have lost the diamond, so these would be smaller. We could have Survive. Would we have 333? So we would go down to 1 life. I'm not confident in 1 life, but keeping the Karn also alive, I guess they wouldn't have put me to 1. Maybe I'm not sure how they would go for that. Yeah. So lessons here against lands: keep up the basic lands, and did they actually use the? How did they exile my graveyard? What did they do to exile it? Poikopok, yeah, so they used already the Poikopok, so that was there. That was already there. Yeah, getting into that foreland. Also, the fact that I forgot that they still have online wasteland, so maybe. Actually, no. If I had would gone, I would be dead already earlier, as I went for that line that I played. If I would have played Karn and then drop down uh, the Crucible, then use the 7 mana, played Chasm there, I would be dead because they would have attacked face then. So I needed to utilize the mana there. I shouldn't have taken that Haywire Might to the from the side, because that could have been also useful to crack the pitting needle, crack the, no, it cannot be used against the tokens, but yeah, against the pitting needle, that would have been good thing to crack. But yeah, some mistakes here and there. If I concede here, does it affect the game? I guess no. Okay, back at it again. Round 2 starting soon, and first one was against the lands deck, so that didn't go so well. We are 0-2, took 0-2 lose there on the last first game, so I think this is now that's first games of course really defining to the whole tournament, so you get better opponents. But second game now, I think this is win or lose. If two L's in the row, then there is nothing, no chance coming back from that. Maybe on the top, on the last top positions, like up to 128. There is 300 people here, so might get to those, but beyond that, if taking 2Ls, your resistances will go so low that it definitely affects that. But yeah, let's see where we can get on the second game. Definitely need to use more the clock, as there is plenty time, and I anyway need to wait that 50 minutes. Like everybody's always playing 50 minutes for some reason, or there's always 1 or 2 pairs who are taking that whole time. So that's something to think about. Of course, it's nice to listen to music while waiting for the next game to begin. But anyways. So Hamzi and enemy will go first, and we will be showing Yakanta here, like always. Hand looks good. I like the Elvis on the draw as a first drop, then dropping Coudpost. Depending on we will keep this. Depending on what the enemy will show, we might also go Coudpost, play expedition map, then go from there. Wooded foothills, so maybe not wasteland, and maybe not at least Delver. maybe something else. So here we will take Yavi Maya, but we will show forest, I guess. Just to play around the wasteland. If they bolt and wasteland, for example, that kind of situation is not fun to be at. So let's put down Elvis, say go. Next turn, play Yavi Maya and keep up the Elvis Reclaimer activation. If okay, seems like they are. What is this? This is the. Come on. This is the combo deck that needs the. Needs the graveyard to finalize their combo. So we will thinking here what to play. I guess we go for the Yavi Maya past the turn. So we need to keep Poyugapok now up, so that if the enemy goes for combo, then oops all spells combo, then we need to be able to have Poyugapok available for that. So I guess few options. We could start to get down Thespian stage for quicker combo to finish fast. Okay. Violent outburst. Is this rhinos? Okay, this is apparently rhinos. Rhinos is fine, I guess. We can tango with rhinos. So plan will be to put up a lot of mana quickly, resolve One Ring, resolve Karn, keep up the Elvis Reclaimer alive, so we will not block with that. So we have they have 3 turn clock with 8 damage. So we will let this go to face. Thinking here that do we wanna slam down next turn One Ring, or do we wanna wait one more turn to keep up one more activation from the. Maybe we wanna do that. Maybe we want to have double casting from this. If we get to 14 mana, the 12 mana, then 30 mana from this combination, then that would be pretty nice. Okay. But we also need to think that we must not die, so we need to also survive here. So if they put down one more, they will have 16 on the board. Then we would need to. I guess what we will do, we will play one more Coudpost. Next turn, we will sack one more. We will have 3 Coudposts. We play Glimmerpost. Then we have 13 mana. We can play down Karn, one ring, Karn, one ring. If it comes to that, we get more time. We can resolve more things. So let's play down this one. Play down this one. Doesn't matter if it comes on the table or not. This is the one that we want to keep. Of course, if they bolt this one, then in response we need to do something. Maybe if they. Okay, good thing that they use the force of will here. So we can hopefully keep up this one on the board and then go for that Coudpost, Glimmerpost play next turn. We have one forest on the grave, meaning that okay, they went for the wild outburst here. That means that they will have probably a 16 on the board. That's not good. So I guess at this point we will need to, they're putting us in so low life totals that we will go for the protection here, otherwise we die. So we will activate this one, sack this one, and go for the chasm here. So we will lose one Coudpost, which is of course sad, but what can you do? Here in this situation we need to take that loss. So we go down. Next turn to 10 life. So enemy has used every trick in their sleeve now. So what we need to do now is just survive, and good plays are rewarded here. So no reason to get hasty. Pitting Needle I think does nothing here. If I know the list well enough. So we don't need to care about playing that here. So we will play Glimmer Post, put down map, sack that Glimmer Post, then with the Elvish to get another Coudpost. Then we have 4 mana. Then we will play Karn or Wandering next turn. I think we play Karn there. Do we? Or do we need more mana? Of course, one argument would be to. No, we will keep the chasm one more turn. We will not sack it yet, but we are ready to sack it soon. So we are setting up the turn so that we have. Oh, okay. Tap target permanent and draw card. Really well played from the opponent. This is exactly what they want to do. So disturb us. Just disturb our gameplay. So we will need to use the mana now, or the activation. So we will take another Coudpost and let this resolve. So yeah, definitely. Here we will wait one more turn. Then next turn we will have much more utilization for these lands. I don't think we need to keep this after this turn, so play down the Coudpost and pass the turn. So if we get one more Coudpost, then we can double cast 16 mana. We can double cast Wandering, check that if we get the protection or not. Then if we don't, if they counter, they have one card left in the hand. We can play Karn, and from that play the next Wandering to survive the next turn, or play Ensnaring Bridge down, as we are losing cards at that point. So we don't have any more Coudpost, so instead we will play Vesuva here. Then we will also crack this expedition map to, I guess, we will pick here. Need to be careful what we pick here. I think we will go for the Glimmer Post to get more mana, to get the activation from the Elvish also here, to utilize that mana. And we play down that one, get some life, but that doesn't matter hopefully. Then we bait out with the first Wandering, so they might have enough to counter it. Okay, they don't. That's good. In that case, we will get the protection, so we are good for the next turn. Then we will play Karn. Let's see if it resolves. If it does. We are again happy. Good, good, good. Then let's play from that. Okay, use the activation, of course, and take ensnaring breach to lock out the opponent from attacking with these rhinos, and we can then establish a board where we get infinite turns and then remove the ensnaring breach and win from there. Then let's just play down these cards and give the enemy go. I know that they don't have Wasteland. What is the new fetch? Not every list is playing this kind of that you discard those. Grixis Tempo is also playing that spell that you draw a card. Anyway. Let's name some land here, I think. Or we can name Wasteland. We don't know that they don't have it, but if they would, then we get around that. So we have enough mana, we can pass the turn here. They cannot attack with the Rhino token, so we are good with that. Just so that they don't, hopefully they don't do anything for the Elvis. Yeah, good, good, good. So next turn we will crack this, make this as a Coudpost. So then we have so much mana that we can go for the infinite turns. That's fine. We use the activation here. Get down one more Vesuva here. And then activate this one. Get the Eye of Ugin to hand. And then we can pass the end turn, and then we will activate the One Ring then. Yep. Play down the Eye of Ugin. And we go for the Emrakul here. Cast the Emrakul. Yep, and that's the game one. So game two, I'm not sure is this the correct play, but what I will do, I will side out these guys, and the reason for that is that I know that the enemies have, I can show, they will have that, inevitable betrayal, which means that they can search and put that on the battlefield under their control. So they can search creature from our deck and put it on the battlefield. So they can either get Kolos or Elvis from that one. And what we can find, we can still find, Marit Lake combo. We can fight Karn, Wandering. So we have a lot of, even if they resolve turn one that spell, they don't get to take Ulamog or Emrakul. So because we don't always have the Karagas there. So that's my thinking there. We can also take Yakanta into hand. So just what do we want to bring in? Is it, for example, few carpets? I will take those as a placeholder. We could take One Ring. We could take Ensnaring Bridge. We cannot take that. That we definitely want to keep in the side. Walking Ballista, if we take, then well, they can take it, but they cannot use it. Well, that's also, yeah, one we could take. We could take the Walking Ballista in. That wouldn't be so devastating. Same with the Ekanta, so we could replace them with these. But I want to keep the Ekanta in because we can then fetch it from there. I guess it's double carpet. Actually, one more, as we don't definitely need the needle here. We can not name anything useful there. Maybe only the Elvi Spirit Guide and Murktide Simian Spirit Guide. Those are the ones. And we need to be careful about the Hayvar, using the Hayvar might, because they might have the Blood Moon effects. Yeah, this is the way to go to game 2. Let's see what they do. Hand looks okay-ish. No fast interaction with the let's keep it. No fast interaction with the rhinos, but we have expedition map to search for that. What is it? The chasm, if needed. So that's always something good. Good to find the basic forest there. That's appreciated. Do we want Vesuva for one cloud post here? Maybe. Not the worst, I would say. Stage for that faster combo kill. I will go slower route here. Go for that Vesuva to cloud post. And then pass the turn. So they play nothing. That's totally fine with me. In that case, I will play one cloud post to expedition map. Let's see if that resolves or not. We can then pass the turn after that, and if it does resolve next turn, we can get one more cloud post from one activation. Okay, but then we cannot activate the one ring, so maybe not do that. Not sure. Does this list play basic lands? Yeah, they do. Yeah. I'm not sure is that their list, but it might play. Okay, going for that force of negation there. Fine. Which means it might leave us open with the one ring. The question is that do we play the one ring now? And I think the answer is yes, especially if we get another one. So yeah, we will play the one ring. Let's see if it resolves. They might have some counter spells left still in the hand, but if that's the situation, then we just take the damage there, and yeah. Brazen Barrower also nice them to lose that one. So we play down Forest, pass the turn. We are in okay situation. We still have the okay, so now they go for it. So let's see what they will take. Nice. They did have the inevitable betrayal, and now they will notice that we don't have actually anything. What they said good luck, have fun. I usually hide the chat. Okay, so they will go for the Colossus here. So they are, yeah, as mentioned, they are not getting the full value here from this inevitable betrayal. I'm not sure. Do they actually do they cut the land here to not the land but the other rhinos to get to maximize them getting this one? Maybe, I'm not sure. We will definitely try to again play the ring here. Maybe it will resolve now. It did. Nice. Then we will take a card from that and then go for Yeganta to hand. So next turn we will have a chance to play Yeganta possibly, and we will draw 2 more cards next turn. That will be ideal situation for us. If we can find Karagas, we will play it and then bounce back Kolos back to our hand because we are the original owner of this one. Then playing Blood Moon here is fine. We do have Posage for that, so I think we might utilize it here. We could also play Chasm here, free, and put down Yeganta. That wouldn't be bad either. We could also play Coudpost untapped. I'm not sure, do we need to stay alive at this point? Like, we are not dying, so we don't need the Chasm immediately. I think we will play down Coudpost like this and then put down the Yeganta for protection. Next turn we can crack the Blood Moon. Hopefully we can find something to utilize the. We will need to tap maybe 1 Coudpost for that. Okay, Kolos is really good. Kolos is reason to go for that cracking the Blood Moon. So we will draw 3. I'm not worried about the life total. Maybe I should be. So we will use the activation here. Okay. It is just the green mana as we have the Yeganta. Same as with the Kolos. If we have Kolos on board, then it is cheaper. We don't need to do the sacrification here. So we can try to play Cavern to resolve the Kolos, definitely. But I think I want to go for Yavi Maya so that we can. I'm actually thinking that we have Yeganta ability. We can even use the Kolos ability if this Kolos resolves. Can we activate this one then? We could. This is instant speed. Exile 3. Yeah, we could use this one also. I think if we can use the Kolos activation, but do we want to use? I don't think we want. But what we want is to definitely resolve this. So we can take these Elvis Reclaimers later, but now we need to resolve this Kolos so that we can get that activation. So from the ability, so that we can get Caracas here. So we will play Kolos here. Take the Caracas. Because yeah, we cannot go for the Ayafukin play, of course, because there is nothing to grab there. Yeah. That's also one thing to consider, yeah, with this tactic. So we could activate the ability, but like there is nothing in the 60 that we want to cast now. So we need to have the board presence. We need to, okay, we could get Karn. That's one thing, but we can also. Is it exile? You may cast them this turn. So okay, if we pass the turn, then we don't get anything. But yeah, we are in a good situation. Let's not risk it by doing anything stupid here. So next we will bounce back this one. We can go for the kill. Yeah. Good sideboard plan here. Going for that. Against that inevitable betrayal by siding out the big guys so that they cannot get them, because getting the Caracas on the board takes some time, and if I'm not sure how they usually go with this, but if they always put the inevitable betrayal as their only suspend card, then that means that playing around that will give us huge benefits. Like enemy didn't find the land in the beginning, so they couldn't do it in the early second turn. I think that's what they were going for. They were 1 land short maybe. So and with the counter spell, they were certain that they can, if they can get Emrakul or Ulamog, get that on turn 2, turn 3, then they can protect it with the spells. They can win the game. That I think that's their way of thinking here. So having that. that taken away from them, and instead they will get like colors. That's the best they can get with this one. So that's 3 damage or 5 damage in total here for the whole combo. So that is really negating what they're doing there. Okay, 1 more minute to go. Round 3. We are 1-1. First game against the uh, Lands, and then second game was against the Rhinos. So we are at, just checking the, how is True Futurism doing? He's also 1-1. So the 1-1s go to up to 2-2-3. So basically that's my position, 2-2-3 until from 2-2-3 to 77. So that's between where I am at. So showing 139, but that doesn't actually mean anything at this stage. But actually the numbers in between 223 and 77, that's basically where I'm at. Punishing Waters is on top there. Some familiar names there. But yeah, okay, let's go check game 3. So let's see who we are up against. And Surrender Monkey. I might have played League against this one, but I don't remember what they were playing. But yeah, we will definitely show again, as always, Yaganta here. And we are looking at okayish hand. They kept 7. I think we will go with the Elvis and see what we get. Underground Sea. Hope this is not any Doomsday deck. That would be pretty sad. Getting that on third game would be, I would say, even unlucky at this point. Could take depths here. Potentially have a quick clock. I think we will need to take a land here. We don't need any bigger drops here. But I think we will take stage because these are doing same thing. They are utilizing the building towards combo, but with the stage, I mean with the depths, we don't get to do anything without Yavimaya, so we will need to anyway get both. So I think we go with the stage here. So they used to brainstorm after they saw my Elvis. So they didn't build anything on the board, at least not yet. Okay. Okay. They did go for the Doughty there. Just wondering what they did that for now, but that will be maybe answered later on. So thinking here, do I need to build anything on the table yet? Maybe I don't. I will go for forest and pass the turn. I might use I should use the Elvis activation here. I can keep up to crop rotation also to go for the double Coudpost, but I'm not in the hurry. I think so. They played normal wasteland here. They might take down the agent, but they didn't. That's really good for us. So we will take the Coudpost here and get another crop rot here, which is not terrible, but not really something that we are looking for at the moment. So I guess here few options again. Could play Caracas here and leave things open. I could do that. I could what I could also do, actually, what I will do, I will play the stage, because with double crop rotation, if we go first for the Yavimaya, then we can get also a third, so Yavimaya, the forest, we will get for green mana again. We can then take away the Coudpost. So I guess this is okay. Um, Damn, this is really bad looking. So I guess I don't want to give them the blue cards, but I don't want to give the Wasteland either. But for Wasteland, we do have a way to. So at least these two need to be in different piles. And the thing is that, do I want to? Do I want to go for example like this? So this way they might go for this one. If they go for this one, then I will slowly build the board. If they go for this one, I need to always keep the crop rotation active. I guess this is okay. I can deal with this one, and if they go for this one, I can slow play here, and they will take the Wasteland and give Doughty Voidwalker the Ring Bearer, which means that it is now legendary, and that means we can bounce it, and that's something really nice that we should utilize. So we will build here with the Elvis Reclaimer, so we will sack the stage, try to get the Coudpost down, and then we will try to bait the Wasteland here. Then next turn we will play Karagas and bounce the Doughty Voidwalker. Or we could actually, to get lands in the graveyard, we could also do, yeah, no, we will do it now. So we will sack this one here. Really scared that they have the, okay, so they go here. So what we will do, we will sack this as the cost here. So if they have the force of will, then they do, no worries there. But they will fizzle that Wasteland, and then we will thinking here, do we want to go for Coudpost or Forest here? Forest would keep things on the table, that would be nice. Maybe we want to do that to have stable lands. That wouldn't be bad. Choices. I guess we will go for Coudpost because that's where we want to be at. That's where we want to get at. So I'll take it here. Nice draw here at Ulamog. So we will play the Karagas so we can bounce next turn. And what things have they gotten? Crop rotation, I don't think they will utilize any of these, so we can wait until their next steps that they will do something. Okay. Playing Orcish Bowmaster here. That of course hits the face. So we can wait until the attack step and then bounce the Doughty then and go from there. So Wasteland coming down. We can keep the Elvis activation. Oh boy. So there is coming down Murktide Reach, and now, yeah, Murktide incoming. Okay, and do they go for attacks now or? Okay, so they will bounce, try to take out the Wasteland. So what we will do, we will use the activation here. Bounce it. Chooses the card. So what they will take. Let's see. Okay, so they are going for crop rotation here. So before they will get the wasteland on the battlefield, I think we need to do this. So I guess we sack this one here and hope that it doesn't get countered. Yeah, that's good. We will need to take an uptown land here unless we go for Coudpost into new Coudpost. So they will get now wasteland, but we are okay with that. Okay, so we will. Yeah, I guess we will take a Coudpost here. Yeah. Let them resolve the crop rotation as they want. They'll get a wasteland. That will fizzle. That has the old target there. They might attack, but of course they won't. And we get to untap. That's good. Cavern comes on the board. Okay, so clear mistake from the opponent, or like on the draw step. Sure, that's fine-ish. I think this will be. So we will. So we will put down a Coudpost again. And we do have 4 mana here. We are putting a lot of on this ring's shoulders, but I think at this point we need to start taking these kind of actions that we will put on every egg in the same basket, so that if they counter that, then it's fine. Target opponent will not reveal the hand because we have the protection. So really nice that the ring resolved here. Did they actually evoke this? So I guess they evoked this using the cast grief for its evoke cost, so they threw away the troll here. So we will not draw with this as long as they have the Orcish Bowmaster on the battlefield. Instead, this turn we cannot play the Ulamog yet. We will try to cast the map here. Let's see if we can crack it. Sure, we go for it. So then we will take Vesuva here, cast it as Coudpost, and I guess we. So I'm thinking here. I still need to play around the wasteland. Next turn, I can take 8. Sure, I could go to 5. I could use the Elvis Reclaimer to gain some life, then keep up the crop rotation also. Maybe that's what I do. So maybe I don't want to tap out here everything, so that I don't, get any surprises here. So I'm getting into Ulamog mana soon, and once I have that, I'm in really good situation. This deck doesn't have red, so I'm not super scared going down on life total. That's okay. So do we hear no wasteland there? So I guess here we high roll. So we try to. If this gets countered, we can still. Okay. Let's think here. We anyway can cast Ulamog next turn, and it cannot be countered. So I guess no need to take the risk here, or do we? We will take it. So if things go sour, then we still get to cast this. So it's really beneficial to us to do this here. So we will take Vesuva for Coudpost, and do we go for extra mana, or do we want to make sure that this resolves? But I think it will resolve anyway. They might counter it, but we still have this one, this guy right here up. So we will try to generate as much mana as we can, and for that we will take Glimmer Post for both life total, but also for the lands. Here we first check that does this resolve, because that will affect a lot of the plays that we will do. Then I guess we can just cast Ulamog here. Exile. Okay, exile these ones and we're good. Go to game 2. Some sort of didn't see Dead Shadow, didn't see a lot of hate. The lands that are taking damage. So I think this might not be Dead Shadow, but this is definitely this UP tempo kind of deck, I think. Here, game 2, I think we will go. What we will do is that we will play. We will go with the. Okay, but definitely we are also going with the carpets here. But I was thinking that we will go with the Leylands also. So I could find room for all of these. I could take out the rings because they have those orcs. I could take out the crop rotations because they have counter spells. They don't have so many counter spells, I think. So for that reason, I don't want to maybe take out all the crop rotation, but I will think maybe this is the way to go on the game 2, because we are losing here, of course, Ikanta, but what we are getting is the chance of putting this down on turn 0, which will mean that if they have the reanimation plan, like turn 1 or 2 reanimate something from their own graveyard. If they have Murktide, which they show that they have, they will lose those. If they have something else that utilizes the graveyard, that's something they will also lose the access to. So finding this on the hand in the opening 7, or if the opening 7 is not good, then on 6, that would be pretty good. So that can make their life much more harder. But this is good hand. I will keep this. Has a once upon a time, has double needle, so the enemy didn't show really fast clocks on the game 1, so maybe they don't. Especially that we have the Poyukapok available, so if they go for, let's say, turn 1 cycle something, we might. Okay, but then they will do in the end step, so maybe that's not something that we can play around. But we will now check what we get from Once Upon a Time, but most likely we will. Okay, now we have turn 3 combo with the Pitching Needle as the upside, so that's really good. So we go for Once Upon a Time here. Do we see the days? No, we don't. So we take out the Ulamog here. Ulamog is bad in case enemy goes for that turn to discard to reanimate. They will take 10, but then they have Ulamog on the battlefield, and we don't have Karagas to bounce that. So let's see what they do for this one. Brainstorm again, like last time they did, same. With this one they only see 3 cards, so if they're looking for some specific card, then that's not the most ideal play, I think. But they're trying to. Okay, they tried to look for the days and they found one, so that's good for them. We do have a second needle, so we will utilize that. And let's see. Okay, they played Polluted Delta. Really happy that they didn't at least Thoughtseize here and take out the things we have. So here I guess we will try to again resolve this. Do we I guess we play the stage to have 1 mana for days, and also we have the Dark Depths then available. So they did go for Force of Will here from Force of Will, so they are really heavily now leaning on to having that Wasteland capability, so they will, okay, but they at least didn't play the Wasteland. So are they dropping Murktide here? No, they aren't. Okay, okay. Now, especially if they go, okay, really hard decisions here, because what we can do, two options. We can go Dark Depths, even activate it immediately, have 2020 on the board. What they can have any like Thoughtseize, then with the Doughty Voidwalker, they will take the Ulamog, cast it, and then they win from there. We can play Coudpost, copy the Coudpost, have 2 Coudposts on the battlefield. Then we would have 2 Coudposts. Then next turn play, for example, Forest, 6 mana, 2 for Karn, 2 floating. We could play Ballista, but not Ensnaring Bridge, not Crucible. So I think the line that I'm scared of, 2, Thoughtseize into casting Ulamog, because they get to cast it, so they get the stick trigger. Second, them having Wasteland. If they, I will play like this, past the turn. If they have the Wasteland, they will. If they have both, we're dead. No questions there. If they have only one, this way we can. Okay, so they didn't go for it. I'm happy with this one. I will not do anything here. I could crack, but then I would go down to so low lands that I don't want to do that. So I will. But what could they have to remove that creature? Like they're put. They either don't have anything or they do. Basically, that's the only 2 options they have. But I will slow roll here. Play out the Elvis Reclaimer and then pass the turn here. This turn, I could see myself doing this. Okay, dress down, sure. Dress down means that depths wouldn't be indestructible. We can still do this next end step. That's actually maybe good for us, I don't know. Because if we do have zero lands in the graveyard. We could increase them now by doing the combo, but we can only get 2 in the grave, so it doesn't really save us there. So I think maybe the enemy doesn't have, because they have only, they draw, okay, and they play the Wasteland. So now we are in a situation that we don't want to crack the combo. Reason being, of course, that if we crack the combo, they will disturb it. So, but we are happy having this Elvis Reclaimer now on the battlefield, and if they now would go for it, then we would, of course, disturb them. So maybe I want to play. I would love to play these Coudposts, but I need to disturb their graveyard so that they don't drop Murktide on me now. And that's also something that I can sacrifice, but I would need 1 more mana to do that. So now we had the situation where we didn't pull the trigger, and now we are both pointing each other with the guns. But I think I'm still in good situation here, so I'm not in a hurry. I can untap next turn, have mana to activate the Elvish and do the combo. So they need to answer one of those. Because if this continues, then that I get to just continue to build the board. I will have so many lands that they cannot stop me then. So happy to be in this situation. So if they, of course, if they drop a second wasteland, then we are in trouble. Or if they use the Elvis Reclaimer here, then we are in trouble. That's also if they do the fatal push here. So what we will do is we do have the Yavimaya still, so I guess we can sack the forest, right? They don't have any wasteland effect. I don't know why would we want to keep the Vuokuba, maybe for Vesuva, for example. So we will go for one more Coudpost here. So we do have two now, and we still have the activation from this one. So next turn we can we already even 4, 8. We could drop Karn from these, but if we put this 6, 10, okay, we will not do anything. And if the opponent, now they might actually have both. So Totsis into an waste. Okay. So they do go for that. I would really want to crack it here, but is it mistake here? Do we still need to play more time? Let's see. What should I do here? If I sack these next turn, I can still play the Karn next turn. So maybe this is the chance to do this now. Up. Tap here. So we go for it. Keep this one ability on the stack, and we get 2020. So do they have the bounce? They do. Okay. What we try to do now is to cast this Karn. Which resolves, but does it? How did we think this through? So is it so that we will now? What do we do? Go for one ring. Go for uptick. Do we go for uptick here? Maybe we do. Maybe we want to keep up the Karn. Maybe that's something we want to do. Uptick, no way. We will get one attack here. We will. I want to keep the Karn on the battlefield, so they need to answer it. If they don't, we get so much potential from that. So, and then they need to attack it, and then we can down it, and it will still stay on the battlefield. So as long as they don't remove this, we can find, for example, we can find Ensnaring Bridge next turn. We can play Expedition Map to find more lands. Let's see what they get. Nullrod is good. Of course, it stops the Expedition Map, but doesn't do anything besides that. Okay, so now they have the Kolok on the table, but I think they are also showing their hand that they don't have anything else left, maybe. So what we will do, we will try so hard, but get so far. Meaning we will play Ensnaring Bridge here. So we play it for 3. Can we then? Yeah, we can play the land, and we can play this one, and then We can even fizzle this one when if needed. We will take Ensnare Bridge here. We will try to put it down if they have, but okay, they cannot even have the wasteland. Not the wasteland. They cannot have the, what the hell is it? They cannot have the you know that with one hand card they cannot have force of will. That's what I meant. So we have really thought a lot of here because the clock is really ticking on us, but hopefully that will win us the game this time. So as we nailed that ensnaring bridge, and they showed that they have null rod, so they might not have anything else for the as the hate. And they already used one brazen bar over there also. So they do still have the wasteland activation. That's fine. I can deal with that. That's okay. I do need some time to establish things. What are they casting now? Elvis Reclaimer maybe? Okay. What are they taking? Okay, they did take the Elvis Reclaimer. Is that for the lower mana, the attack? Maybe I'm not sure. So really have to be careful here not to overextend with the cards, so that they don't get the, first of all, so that they cannot attack, and secondly, got to make sure that they cannot do anything else like attack here. Thinking. Few options. Could go for Crucible of Worlds. That doesn't do anything. Could go for Coudpost. That doesn't. That does help actually. We could uptick. I cannot activate any of these, so we cannot activate the ring. I will uptick. So I will go naming Wasteland here. Put this as the blocker. Block this one. Then as it can attack next turn. I'll put down this one here, name Wasteland, so that they cannot, I don't care if they use this ability, but I do care if they would use it to get some more wastelands. So we will now have the next turn ability to activate Thespian Stage, the Coudpost there. That's nice. So we have the 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So this will, okay, but this needs to block more than once, I think, because or we can even take damage to the card. I don't care if they hit it for one. That's okay. That's okay. That's something we can live with. Okay, so they're sacking that to get what? Once upon a time? Maybe. Okay. I wouldn't have done that because now we get access to our graveyard, and graveyard is actually pretty useful for us. So them getting one land doesn't change anything, or unless they have something spicy coming up. Let's see if they do. Whew, really glad they don't have really glad they don't have doubts anymore, because that would have really changed the game here. So sure, go ahead opponent, that's okay. Of course, if they now have reanimate, that will also change some things, but not too much, because that's not casting it, that's just putting it on the battlefield. So they just took 10 damage there, but I don't know, did they gain anything from that? And they forgot to attack with the Elvis, so that's always good. So We will copy this one. With Caracas, we can bounce this back to our hand. Actually, yeah, they discarded, so they couldn't attack. That's actually the situation that they did here. Can we... Oh, no. Show the sideboard. Can we... We can. They don't have anything to stop that. Ooh. Up. Let's not make that mistake. If we do play here, they have null rod, so if we play Mycosynth Lattice, we cannot either play the cards. So that's something we need to be really careful here. But what we can do, we can play Misty here, and we can also, we can even crack it if you want, sure. Well, we are at 5 life, that's not too much. So we could play this one, these are unusable. I will show, okay, Crucible and put it on the battlefield while we still can. While there's nothing stopping us. Crucible, slam it. Pass the turn. So nobody can attack now, so that's good for us. So even the Elvish Reclaimer cannot attack. So I guess we don't have any actions now, neither do them. So we go for end step. We fetch this. I guess we fetch this, right? Take away the forests from the deck, thin the deck. And let's see what we draw here. Glimmer, happy to take that, play that out, get some life. Now I guess we can just say no, and pass the turn. Need to be wary of the clock here, 5.5 minutes, so we will play a little bit faster here, so we will start passing the turns really quickly and think ahead. So what are they taking with that? They are taking the Brainstorm, makes sense. They will see 3 cards. So I guess they are looking for second Brazen Burrower. I would assume that if they can deal with this, they win immediately. So that's their way to go. Goes to Ponder. So I guess maybe they choose to shuffle, draw a card into Brainstorm. Okay, they're really digging here. So they must have the answer somewhere in the 30 cards as they're still digging and not surrendering, because they could also just plain surrender here, I think. So let's see, do they find, they go for 1 black here. What can that do? Surgical there, fatal pushes, sure, we take that. Showing them looking at our deck would also be pretty bad, but now they reduce the cards in their own deck. That's fine. We will play this down. It cannot be activated, but that doesn't matter. So we play also down this one. I guess we also activate it. Find the land, uptick, nothing. Pass the turn. So it will take us 20 seconds to do that. So we do have that. We can do that 3 times a minute. So we have about 15 turns we can play like that, 20 those 20-second turns. Okay, and they are also trying to thin out the deck really heavily here. So now we can even keep cards in the hand and they cannot do anything about it. Oh, they cannot attack the card, so we can use even less time here. So we go like this, play the land, fetch the land, try to, and we will not even activate the card because it will use our clock. So Karn life total doesn't matter anymore in this game. I think there is nothing that I want, or maybe walking ballista, but nullrod makes it so that we cannot activate it, so we could only use that as an attacker unless we can remove that, but we cannot remove it. And so we do find the Caracas a big win here, as we can take the Ulamog into our hand, and then we can start to go into the city. So we will cast it, take down the Nullrod, take down the Elvish. Now we can start activating things again. Did we play the land? We played the Caracas, so we will just pass the turn here, hope for the best. Let's see what they get. Okay, but they cannot attack with that. And we cannot attack either. Actually we can. So next turn we will bounce this, exile again, possibly go for compact. We will use the map in the end step. Take Eye of Ugin here. And it's a game. It's a game for us. The time started ticking, so I had to start doing faster things, but good game. Thinking what I did. So they had 2 3/3s on the battlefield, and they didn't attack to the Karn. I went to low life total, but they didn't have anything to close out the game, so I utilized the life total that way really nicely. They shouldn't have done that Doughty sacking, as they, I don't know, did they find the grief? I think they didn't even find the grief using that our spell to find it once upon a time. Actually, they found a land and then they used the grief, and if they would have, they could have taken the Ulamog from our hand and then played it with the Doughty. So definitely they should have kept the Doughty, especially if they had the grief in the hand. So the sequencing was really bad for them. Or maybe they got the land to play it. Maybe that was, I need to check it from the playback. But anyway, good game. A little bit tight on this time, but we managed to get there. So we are 2-1. So still in the game. So that's really good. But game 4 came faster than I thought. But trying to charge my headset here. But hopefully it will be enough for this game. Let's play a little bit faster this time. Okay, hand, we will keep it. No idea what the enemy is against, what they are playing, but good things. Once upon a time, Governor Souls in the double Elvish, Vesuvas. Hopefully those can become Coudposts, so that would be really good. And yeah, the recording is okay. So yeah, we will keep this. Start out with the once upon a time, see what we can get. If we get the Coudpost, we're really happy then. If we can get basic, that's also fine, or like some or Glimmer Post, something that untaps. We will cast this one, so that next turn we can keep Elvis up, and we don't need to copy that one. So okay, definitely taking Coudpost here, playing the Cavern as elf. So one thing to notice here that we don't have the green source now, but getting that Elvis down, then having Coudpost into Coudpost into Coudpost, if they don't have the Wasteland, we are in really happy situation. So of course Wasteland can can interrupt us really badly here. Then playing basic forest is fine, I think. This might be elves. I have to be careful of that, but at this stage, happy to have that. So we will play another elf here, then we go for that. Could also play Vesuva here for forest to get that, but I think we need to, we want to get the Coudpost down. No reason to attack, I guess. We could get that 1 damage in, but okay. So they have also blue, which is of course Volcanic Island. Sure. So maybe this is like a Sultai Delver. Could be. In that case, we are in a happy situation. We have double Elvis Reclaimer already down. We are getting a lot of lands here, so we can start then utilizing those. So what we can do next, we can play Vesuva for Coudpost. Have 2. Okay, let's see what they get. Is it okay? Another rhinos. Interesting. Yeah, another rhinos. So they're putting a lot of pressure on the battlefield, but I'm not super worried here, as we know the drill with this deck, that our path to victory comes from Chasm Lock and Elvis Reclaimers. We do have the life, we have the Elvis on board, so we can definitely manage here, I think. So we can take 10 damage in the face, then get down, for example, one more Coudpost, then try to cast the Karn, see what that takes us. So yeah, happily taking 10 here, or well, not happily, but no reason to go for the blocks here. We could double block, but I need these more than 1/2/2 dead if we double block here. So they will try to get the land into their hand. So let's see which one they get. So they revealed a lot of cards. We can take a quick look here. So again, they don't have a lot of interaction or something that we could needle, for example. What did they do? Okay, so they hard casted that, so it will take some time for them to get that down. But need to be aware of that. So, and they might still have some that what is it? Counter spells, as they didn't counter these, as we had that protection to those. So I'm thinking, do I want to waste here Vesuva to Coudpost? But I guess we need to go that way. I'm not sure is this like a waste, but would be nice to resolve this, but I of course understand if the opponent doesn't agree with that. Sure. So we need the new plan, or continue the plan from here. The fact that if we can we go down to 2 life, I guess we can, because they are not running bolts. Or we can take the safer route, which is sacking 2 of our lands and then building from there. So maybe that's what we do. So if we sack 2 lands, then we'll go back a bunch. So I would be maybe even more happy to double sack to get more life and then get the Coudpost down or green up. So I guess we will go to blocks, double block out this one. So we can let this resolve. So the cascade. So they're trying to get more damage in. So that doesn't change the equation. So we will tap out these, use the sack 2 here. Go for glimmer post. So we will survive this, and that's good, so we don't need to worry. I'm just thinking here, what do I want now? Do I want the green? Do I want the Eye of Ugin? If I take the Eye of Ugin, that doesn't save me. Glimmer post doesn't save me. Maybe I should get the life, because then I have more mana, more access to things next turn. But then again, I would really need the green. But I guess I will go for the life here. The most important thing is that I will this doesn't kill either of these, so they are both well and happy, and we will get to untap next turn. Next turn, I guess we will need to chasm. Not bad, because we would have so much mana now that we could even try to do some. No, we can't. Can we? Can we if we take green? Okay. If we take green from this, tap everything. So let's not die here. First of all, let's not die here. Let's not do anything stupid. We could keep up everything until next untap. How much mana would this be? This would be 15. 15 is not enough. Quickly thinking here. Sack. Then we will get green out of this, but we need to. Let's not do it, because I'm thinking of getting the green from Yavimaya to do the activation here, use these spells here. But the thing is that if we go for that, we need to tap one Coudpost at least. For the green, we lose mana. We have 10 mana only left. So what we will do now, we will tap out these ones. Do we need more mana? I guess not. So we will sack out one of these, get Yavimaya here, play Once Upon a Time, get something nice like Ulamog. Does Ulamog save us? Actually, I guess it doesn't. So, but it would be nice to have, of course. Would be, of course, nice to have. Does that? But do we still go for the Glimmer here? I guess so. So we want the Emrakul. So we take out the Glimmer, take the Glimmer post, and now we need to. We could tap this for also for something. No. So we take out this one, and then another one from the chasm. So we will need to eat out one of our lands, and that will be, of course, something different than Coudpost. So enemy might be reading the card as they're thinking. If they don't know the deck, then that's good for us. That 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 can make so that we can do the same thing that we did previously on game second match against the Rhinos opponent, that we will do the same inevitable betrayal where we side out the Eldrazi's. So we do pay here. Would happy to have the Yavimaya on board still, but we do have the second one, so that's good for us. Thinking. We could activate the map here, but hey, we are okay. Okay, again, we are not in a hurry here. We are in really good situation. We are in really good shape, to say so. So we will play out the map. We will play out, or take into the hand Yeganta. We will pass the turn. We can happily take one more turn like this. So we will keep the chasm on board. Take the 4. Make the Glimmer Post into. We still have option to make one more Cloud Post. Find Expedition map. Or do we already go for the kill? No. As I said, we are not in a hurry. So what we can do is we can play it safe, and we will. Because the Emrakul lock is what we want. It will take us some time, but we will get there, and we will do so. So we take the Eye of Ugin here. No reason to start risking at this stage. As we know, they are not playing Wastelands. They are not that kind of deck, so we can use that into our advantage here. So we will take out Eye of Ugin. Guess we just pass here. We will take Emrakul into hand, and then we will sack Chasm to get the Caracas, so then we can start bouncing and taking infinite turns. So that's the plan here. So they will cast another Crashing Foothills. That's fine. Once we get infinite turns, doesn't matter how many bad boys they have. So now we go for the activation. We take in the Emrakul here, and we do the sacking. So we will sack this in a hope that nothing bad happens. So next turn we are in really good position to cast the Emrakul and get the extra turn, bounce it back, and we win from there. So they scoop to that. That's fine, understandable, and we will go to game 2, and we know that they might be running Inevitable Betrayal, so for that reason, let's side out these guys, let's take something else in, and let's reduce Pithing Needles, as we know that those are not useful here, those are not even wanted here. Do we increase our chance of getting something useful from the side? Maybe. Just thinking here, the Pithing Needle is so bad that it makes me want to just, do like this. Increase the rings, increase the Crucible of Worlds, but then when we do this, it makes so that we are more vulnerable to if we really need the Karn to get us the ring. But the opponent's attackers will be 4/4, so keeping the in the side at least the Ensnare Bridge, I think, is okay. So So this way we are increasing so that instead of drawing dead cards, we are drawing gas, and then once we really need to get Karn to save us, we will get Ensnaring Bridge still and put that down, and then enemy has 4 force, so we should be able to deal with that with the bridge. And enemy can once the enemy will go for the inevitable betrayal, they will be betrayed once they don't find the Eldrazi's, but they will find Kolos there. So that's good for us, and yeah, I guess we run it like that. And of course, if they take Kolos, we can still do the Karakas bounce to get it back to our hand. So that's also something we can do. Need to be wary of the Blood Moon. They might, they will play those, I guess. So them dropping that quickly can be troublesome. But looking at the mana base and the creatures, we have a lot of colorless, so we can play with only mountains. So we can for example put down Yakante then. This hand has the chasm, so I guess if they start building fast, if they go for, the assumption is that they will go for the inevitable betrayal plan. If they go for Rhino's plan, then we have chasm to play at time. So hopefully there is not much hand hate. If they do that, then we are a little bit screwed. We will play Misty Forest, Rainforest first, go for basic, clean out the deck, get some lands there on the grave, and with the stirrings, let's see what they do, and based on that, try to get something good here. For Resuva, we would want to have Coudpost, of course. Okay, we found Coudpost, so we will play down that, pass the turn. Next turn we will play Vesuva, try to few turns. Goldfish for Once Upon a Time, of course, on top of the deck. So free casting it here is always profit. If they go for early Blood Moon, no worries. We can play Chasm, for example, at that time then. But I think if they now, for example, if they drop Blood Moon, we would play the Forest and go for the Stirrings and try to fetch from that Poseiju to get around that. And then playing, okay, so is it Inevitable Betrayal time, or what are they showing here? At least there's Inevitable Betrayal and Blood Moon, Force of Vigor, sure. All of that is okay. So I guess the list, okay, they go for Minsk and Boo also. So Inevitable Betrayal is most likely their way to go. I don't see at least Rhinos, of course, this is not showing the Rhinos as that's the case. But yeah, the Inevitable Betrayal betrayed them, and they get to now get Golos most likely, and they can fetch one more land. But they will have only 5 damage on board. So if the heat starts becoming too much, then we can put down the chasm. But we might also search with the ancient steerings and fight Karagas. And for example, if we find Karagas top of the deck, we will definitely play it just so that we can bounce this and take away 3 damage that they have. One thing also consider, we can Poseiju this. They will get again 1 land, but then they don't have damage on board. So this is really I like this version much more than the traditional Coudpost. So this matchup at least is really much more favorable, as the threats are not the big Eldrazi so much, but instead they are like much more evenly spread here. So we have the One Ring combo, we have the Karn combo, we have a lot of other things that are like threatening. Of course, the ring is not threatening, but the Karn here is really threatening the opponent. That's really threatening that. Damn. Expedition map, good. Bait with that. Go for Coloss kill. Get us a lot more turns in the near future. So I still think that there is a clock. They don't really have much more going, I guess. So I guess we will kill this with the expedition map. Then, so we need to play out the forest that way, and we go from there. Sure. Then, or we can just hammer in the One Ring, take damage. Then we could do that also later. I think high risk, high reward is not bad here either. So let's try to utilize the mana that we have. So go for One Ring. See if they have the counter for that. And they do. So then we play the forest and we play the Stirrings. Into Caracas, I guess. Yes. No reason not to take us, because we will bounce and play it back. That's what we will do next turn. So we get out their threat, and we can play it ourselves because it's our threat. So yeah, really happy with this deck choice against these types of decks, as the Inevitable Betrayal is not so good against. I don't see the deck list here, but I know it's in the stream. So taking out the Eldrazi's here really makes things better for us here. Okay, so they go for Wild Outburst. What do they find? What do they find? Another Inevitable Betrayal, meaning that that's all they have. That's all they have. So they can find Elvish Reclaimer. Sure, go ahead. And you get some damage in. Sure. So we are in a really happy situation here, as we have 5 mana on board with the Caracas used. So we will bounce back this one, play it back. So thank you for that, opponent. And we could go for one more Coudpost here, but sorry about that. I will take Glimmer Post just for the security. Get that little HP there, and what we can actually also do, we can bounce this back and play it again. That's also what we can do. So we can start generating value out of that. Minsc and Boo, fine. So we will not use the Caracas for Coloss. We will use it for this one. No problem. Definitely can take that. If they swing, it means they have the... Okay, but they cannot use it, so we can even block here, I guess. Or can we? Is there anything in the deck? Oh, okay, that's going for the phase to raise here. So do we save the life total? Do we block the Shardless to kill? Maybe we can take 5, go to 6. That's fine, I guess. Because we can start removing this with the Caracas. So we are still in really good situation here, I would say. So let's try to play Karn. And that resolves. Let's take a few options here. I'm thinking Ensnaring Bridge. to... But we need to now remember that we still need to win this game. And to win this game, we need to have, for example, walking ballista. Really good, really solid. So we can take ensnaring bridge maybe. Can we dump our hand? No. So we can instead take the walking ballista here to ensure the kills. Put down these ones. So I'm starting to get really confident that we can win this game. Need to make sure not to make any mistakes, of course. So now, once, for example, this ability will hit the stack and it resolves, then we will remove the hamster boy, like that. So they can still sack this Elvish Reclaimer, but that's about it. And now they might have again counter spell active, possibility to activate that. Next turn we can also drop down Mykosynt laddies if the enemy doesn't have anything to that, then it's a game. Because once they cannot activate anything, we can, then we will win. The 1/1 hamster doesn't do anything at that point anymore. So I guess that's the way we go. So we go for crack the expedition map at end step, keep up the crop rotation, maybe even use the crop rotation to get more mana. Then let's see what they do. Interesting, very interesting here. Okay, so we will crack out this one. And we will take, we could also go for depths here. I think we just want the mana here. Yeah, they can hit that one, sure. So play down the Glimmer. Ping ping. Uptick nothing. Could uptick this one, but I maybe wanna crack it. Go for next turn. Remove the problem when it arrives. So now take that away. This interaction is really nice. So it's totally negating what the Minskenbu can do. They can do absolutely nothing after this is on the battlefield. So really when this Minskenbu arrived into Magic Online, it was really fun playing Coudpost as the Uro decks were the thing that time, and for color control, and it was really easy to win those matchups when you can. Their win condition was this, and you have Karaga, so you just basically win there. Inevitable Betrayal betrayed them twice, two opponents on matches 2, and now this was this match 4. Not happy to have those wins. So as I said, this deck is really well positioned. when you take out the main threats and the only thing that they can find is the Colossus. So 3-5, maybe 2 with the 2-2 on the battlefield, which is their whole game plan. Then is not fast enough. So that kind of board stage we can easily clear. So for example, I there played out the ring to counter spell, but then was able to find with Ancient Stirrings the Karagas, and then was able to bounce that. So really good matchup in this version. So really easy to deal with them if they don't know that we will do the inevitable betrayal. So really happy to have that matchup twice to confirm the theory that they really don't play those rhinos anymore in the game too. So that's good 2-0. But hey, some time left on the clock, so I will maybe get something to eat quickly and then see you on the next game.